healthy, he is the #1 weapon on this Eagles team, and a 10-year veteran, and he says time may be running out. These starting lineups are brought to you by Zima. Up front, Bernard Williams, the #1 pick from Georgia. Antone Davis, David Alexander, the veteran center. Lester Holmes and Broderick Thompson, the right tackle. Herschel Walker and James Joseph are the running backs. Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams, the wide receivers. And Mark Bavaro, the former Giant, at tight end.
Guys come into the league and they had that overdrive, and then they lose it. But Herschel Walker hasn't lost it.
3rd and goal. A bootleg. Cunningham throws, touchdown. Mark Bavaro, a familiar sight when he played for the Giants, and the Eagles get a much-needed touchdown to bring them closer with 39 seconds remaining. It is 1st down, and Cunningham fires, touchdown. Calvin Williams, who's had a big game as a receiver. Randall Cunningham hits it.
Last 13 games, 2nd and goal, double tight end set. As you look through the face mask of Herschel Walker, and it's walked in and caught by Calvin Williams. Touchdown. Now he's the go-to guy for the Philadelphia Eagles. Became an outstanding receiver a year ago when Fred Barnett was injured, and fine pass by Cunningham. A little bit of a fade. Kind of strange to go to a 5'11" wide receiver with the fade route, but he did a good job on Jeremy Lincoln.
Well, Lincoln
Defense here, 3rd down and 8 at the 14. They're already down 7-0. Cunningham retreating, protected well again, throws, and the catch is made in the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
Who else? Calvin Williams has 2 touchdowns. Pretty good start to this game for Mr. Williams. And that guy too, Mr. Lurie.
Jeffrey Lurie, the new owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, and an admitted unabashed fan of pro football. And a nice investment here, $185 million.
They're getting romped at the moment.
2nd and goal. Cunningham throws, the catch is made, and backing into the end zone is Maurice Johnson for the touchdown.
Style points, that's about a 2. Effectiveness, a 10.
And the coverage, about a 1.
Yeah.
He saw one official not signal TD, and that's why for a moment it looked as if he was angry, but the other was right there for the...
Joseph, Walker, and O'Neal. With O'Neal on the wing. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Randall Cunningham, and now tempers flare again. Penalty flag comes flying as well. Eagles have scored the touchdown, and they have their first lead of the game.
Ball at about the 1-foot line. Garner is the deep back. That's Joseph blocking in front of him. Touchdown, Charlie Garner.
Now, Rich Kotite said if he could get Charlie Garner in there, he'd give him a little life. And I'll tell you what, a big part of this drive was Cunningham. A big part was Calvin Williams. But a little of that big part was that guy right there, Charlie Garner.
The threat and his quickness.
And George Seifert is looking. That's his first NFL touchdown. This is his first NFL game.
Now, the Eagles in good shape. They lead 7-0 already. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-29. That's Garner. And he can make some things happen, can't he? His 2nd touchdown of the day. Charlie Garner from 29 yards away.
Well, we talked earlier about a running game. The Eagles had to get a running game going just to help their protection. They've taken that about 2 steps farther than that. They brought in this Charlie Garner and won a little running game. He's given them a whole heck of a lot of running game.
A couple of great moves he put on in the middle of that run.
Like he said, all he needs is a little crack, and they gave him a little crack, and then he knows what to do with the rest of it.
Down and 10. Cunningham to throw it. Rolls out of the pocket. zone. Touchdown, Victor Bailey. The back of the end zone. Bailey came down with it.
That's where Cunningham can kill you. You know, he gets back there, and then he scrambles. And when he scrambles, he's always looking for the deep one. And you're going to see it. He's going to come back here, and then he's going to go to the outside. And now, when he scrambles, his guys are going to go deep. You see him scramble. Bailey was running and out. Then he sees the scramble, and he just goes up, and Cunningham just throws it right over Eric Davis's head.
That's one of the things about playing with Cunningham and the Eagle receivers. Most receivers, when a quarterback starts to scramble, they're taught to come back to the quarterback. Touchdown, Eagles. Herschel Walker.
Yeah, they're just beating them. This Eagle offense has really started off. They just started off beating this defense to the punch, and they've continued to do it the whole first half.
Cunningham back to throw it. Miles down the middle. Bavaro touchdown. The Eagles add to the total.
I think that's the way all the 49ers feel, like Steve Wallace. They're just shaking their head. They can't believe it.
Barnett goes in motion. Randall being chased from behind by Leonard Marshall. He's going to take off to the 10, the 5, diving, touchdown.
Oh, he can kill you. He can kill you on third downs. You know, Gary, I count at least 3 ways Randall Cunningham can beat you on third downs. He can scramble as he did there. He can throw the ball with great accuracy as he did earlier in this drive. And then he's got really startling arm strength.
Giannis lost infant to the infant crib syndrome. He's a guy who's been uphill and has fought his way back, and he's playing remarkably well. Cunningham, he's going to go. Freddie Barnett, touchdown Eagles. 49 yards.
Well, Gary, we're just talking about getting those wide receivers involved in the game because they're big play guys. But I'll tell you, one other guy had a large part in that touchdown, and that was Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker threw the block that sprung Fred Barnett.
1,500 push-ups to get in condition each day. First and goal at the 2. Walker, touchdown, Philadelphia. That was a Herschel Walker drive.
Joseph, short yardage, about a foot. O'Neal was the man in motion. Cunningham fakes, gets to Walker, wide open. Herschel Walker inside the 5. Touchdown. The Eagles. Herschel Walker.
I don't know where Rich Kotang came up with that play, whether it was on the card or not, but I'll tell you, it was a great call.
From 32 yards out.
What a play fake. Everyone went for the play fake. That's what you're going to do. The thing is you fake the ball to Joseph in here. See the good play fake by Joseph, good play fake by Randall Cunningham. Bring the ball out. Herschel Walker was wide open. He hit him, and then Herschel Walker just took it into the end zone. I don't know if that ball was in that right hand, if that broke the plate.
That's Joseph, and he's going to score. James Joseph ripped it up the middle for an Eagle touchdown from 34 yards away.
Now they took Chad Hennings out. He was in the middle, and he was playing pretty well in the middle. And James Joseph just hit that middle.
And one of the best blocking backs you could have there. Now they have Joseph as the blocking back. Garner as the tailback. They send O'Neal in motion, and they run it to that side. Touchdown, Garner. Well, he explodes.
181 pounds.
Well, Richie Kotite's Eagles, a prohibitive favorite, only leading by 1 point, favored by 11.
And Cunningham off the play fake. Randall going deep, and Barnett makes the catch. And Fred Barnett scores. Touchdown Eagles.
Oh, boy.
Well,
It took a while, but two great athletes combining. Terrific pass by Cunningham. Sprinting to the right. Barnett. Easy catch. Difficult to get into the end zone.
well, some measure of redemption for Fred Barnett.
Well. Third and 13.
You better hurry, Randall.
And the catch is made by James Joseph, and they got away with it. Touchdown.
Oh, James Joseph
What running?
had a 34-yard touchdown last week against Dallas and does it again.
Is out. Two tight ends for the Eagles. Cunningham swings it out to Walker. First down for Herschel Walker, and he goes in.
Beautiful job by Herschel Walker. And a great job by Fred Barnett. He drops back in there and he sees everything the quarterback sees.
He was a star defensively Monday night against the Oilers. Third down and 6. Short drop by Farrat. The pass is intercepted. And that's going to be Greg Jackson down the sideline. Greg Jackson for the touchdown. 55 yards.
Derek Frazier did an outstanding job in the transition game of going from the defender to the offensive block. Navarro, but Walker comes up with the catch.
First and goal at the 1-yard line. Eagles threaten to score, and here is Herschel Walker. Touchdown, Eagles. On the first play of the fourth quarter, the Eagles have tied it up. And with a successful point after by Eddie Murray, can take their first lead of this in the sidelines. Alan Grant has replaced him. Second down and 4. Here's Hebron. Hebron gets over. Touchdown, Philly.
What a great run. That was pure desire by Vaughn Hebron. The difference in Hebron from a year ago is now he runs with strength. He always had the quickness. He always had the decisiveness. Now he's not afraid to lower the shoulders and go banging in.
To throw, and he's going deep, double covered. Oh! To Barnett.
What a throw and what a catch by Fred Barnett.
47 yards against double coverage.
Watch him run through that thing. They drop back in the zone. Now he's going to run through. Terry Holt from the inside. Williams on the outside. Watch where this ball's thrown. Look at that. I mean, that is absolutely picture perfect. And then I think at the end, I got him more excited than Fred Barnett. He just set the ball down and walked back.
You got to get back.
That's right.
Up again now. After that call. Cunningham can't find a receiver. And going into triple cover.
Oh, no! Unbelievable! Oh, yes, another touchdown.
They ought to send 5 defenders. It won't mean a thing. A deflection and a TD again.
Well, the Cardinals know as well as anybody, especially Terry Hogue, that when he gets in trouble, they're going to throw deep. And Hogue just misses the ball, and Barnett's right there to get it.
Sets up one of those 3rd and 1s again for the Eagles. They're great in this situation. Hebron with a sweep. Walker's in front. Hebron for the touchdown.
Still need about a half yard. On third down. Touchdown. Cunningham.
Well, Cunningham can leap. You know, some quarterbacks will take a step and he'll try and find a gap and he'll go underneath the rush. Randall Cunningham just took the snap and went airborne.
And the ball went straight up in the air. Romanowski came down with it. That's Herschel Walker. He can still run. Walker. He said he was still fast, the fastest, and nobody caught him after a 91-yard ramble.
We were talking last night about his speed, and he says they used to test me. He said, I'm the fastest, and he said, but now they don't even test me anymore.
Not even winded.
That was a career run for Herschel Walker. Yeah, and he's in such great shape. I mean, he does like 5,000 sit-ups a day and thousands of push-ups and runs. Even in two-a-days, he would run before and after practice in addition to the two-a-day practices.
Goal from the 2 for the Eagles. Cunningham will start deep. Send Walker in motion. The handoff is to Herschel Walker, and he's going to get in. Yes. Herschel Walker's second of the day.
Herschel Walker's having a big day.
On the 25 of Dallas. Another fake and a sprint out. Cunningham going deep. Touchdown to Barnett.
Well, I guess he's not that mad at him.
Not anymore.
This is all going to make a mistake. It's going to be a full-speed mistake.
Brister out of the shotgun. Bavaro. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mark Bavaro, 27 yards away, scores for the Eagles.
Bavaro's been out the last 3 or 4 weeks, and that was one of the things Bubby Brister talked about yesterday.
Head coach, but also the general manager.
Von Hebron and Herschel Walker waiting on a kick from Lee Johnson. Walker from the 5. Out to the 30. Walker could go. He will go. One man to beat. Touchdown, Herschel Walker, a 94-yard return. No penalty flags on the field. Herschel Walker this season has a 91-yard touchdown run from scrimmage, a 93-yard touchdown reception, and now a 94-yard kickoff return touchdown.
He is amazing. And talking to Rich Kotite yesterday, he said he probably can still outrun every one of the Philadelphia Eagles football players. And right here, he just hits the seam, and really, there is no way anybody's going to catch this guy. I mean, it's amazing. We talked about it earlier. Here you have a 9-year veteran who's returning kickoffs, who's a running back, a blocking back.
3rd and goal from the 7. 10-10 game. Brister. Touchdown, Philadelphia. James Joseph out of the backfield, the reception, and the Eagles lead for the first time today. Very little since the opening quarter. Blake has it intercepted by Michael Zordich. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3rd interception of the game delivered by Jeff Blake. And Zordich is in for his first touchdown this season.
Not only his first touchdown, but his 4th interception of the season. Right there, you see Blake looking up at the screen, as a lot of players do after a play is made. You see Zordich running off the field. You see right here, he's sitting right back there, just kind of looking things over. He kind of drops back. He sees Darnay Scott right there, and all of a sudden he makes a nice break for the ball. Right in his own area,
He sees the ball coming, and he goes down, but he gets up, and he gets 6 points after picking that one off.